Insect, the praying mantis. It's an insect too, but it's a predator, and it lives by catching and eating other insects. Today, we're going to try to answer these questions about predators. What is a predator? Why are predators important? What is the balance of nature? How can we help the balance of nature? This is the egg case of a praying mantis. The female makes the case in the fall of the year, then she deposits her eggs in it. This is the eggs through the winter. In the spring, the warm sun and moisture soften the case, and the eggs hatch out. At first, the young are attached to the case, but soon they free themselves and start discovering the world around them. They soon find that the world is filled with other young mantises. Several hundred emerge from the same egg case. Their first food is usually tiny insects, but they may also try to eat each other. They are already showing the instincts of a predator. What is a predator? A predator is an animal that kills and eats other animals. It lives by killing and eating other animals, and it could not live any other way. This predator is an animal that is helpful to man. It eats many harmful insects, such as grasshoppers, moths, and beetles. Of course, the mantis doesn't have anything against the other insects it kills. A predator must hunt and kill in order to live. It could not live by eating plants because its body has become especially adapted to a diet of the flesh of other animals. It hunts alone and will attack almost anything that moves. It doesn't seem to mind eating another mantis either. Although it looks quite fierce, the mantis is harmless to man. It would make a good pet, but because of its great value in helping to keep the insect population in balance, it should be left free to roam. When the mantis grows wings, it can leave the protective cover of the garden to flutter through the air and perhaps to find a mate. Soon it will complete its short and active life. But this unusual insect predator will have played a very important part in helping to keep nature in balance. There are many other important predators. The fox is important because he feeds mostly on small rodents, such as rats, mice, and rabbits. But why does this make him important? This mouse must live where he can find the things he likes to eat. He especially likes to live near a farm, where he can eat the farmer's grain and corn. This mouse and his mate can raise a family every 2 months, and there may be 6 babies in a litter. When they are 2 months old, these mice can start to have babies of their own. So it's possible for one pair of mice to have thousands of descendants each year. The world would soon be crowded with mice if predators did not kill a great many of them. There is a balance between the predator population and the rodent population, which is part of what we call the balance of nature. This is the balance between the number of animals and their natural food supply. The natural food supply for some predators is the small rodents. But if predators such as the fox are killed or forced to leave an area, there will soon be too many rodents. This would make a problem for us, and we might have to do something to help keep nature in balance. What would you do if you had mice in your home? You might put out some poison, but this is dangerous if there are small children or pets around. You might put out traps, but you have to be very careful in setting these. You also might try one of the best mouse traps in the world. This cat is a predator, too. This is another way to keep mice out of your house. And with a cat, you help to keep nature in balance, the natural way. There are other ways to help keep nature in balance, but the best way is to leave nature alone. Do not destroy animals unless it's necessary, and do not destroy the areas in which the animals live. For example, our friend the praying mantis and the place he lives should be left alone because he kills and eats many harmful insects. In this way, he is playing an important part in the balance of nature. The habits of some predators are very interesting. The antlion is an unusual insect predator. Its primary food is ants, and it has a most interesting way of catching them. First, it builds a little funnel-shaped depression in the sand. Then, it waits until an ant drops in for dinner. Predators exist everywhere, even up in the air. Hawks, owls, and eagles are the best-known aerial predators. They also kill many small rodents. There are also many predators in the ocean. At the famous Seaquarium in Miami, you can watch sharks being fed every day. Sharks are perhaps the best-known underwater predators. Sometimes they even prey on man. In the deep waters of the ocean, where the sun cannot penetrate, there is no plant life, so most animals must prey on other animals for food. One of the strangest of the fish predators is the lionfish. This fellow eats smaller fish that swim within reach. The balance of nature is also a part of life in the oceans, and the lionfish is part of this balance. He is protected against other predators by these sharp spines, which contain a deadly poison. If you ever meet him, be careful. He's dangerous. On the ground or in the trees, one of the most interesting predators is the handsome little mink. He and other close relatives, such as the otter, the weasel, or the badger, are very efficient predators. One of the best-known predators is the mighty lion. He and the other members of the cat family, such as the leopard, the puma, or the bobcat, are among the most successful of all predators. Now, can you think of one more predator? Is this a predator? Yes, even a puppy will sometimes kill and eat other animals. He inherits his instincts from his ancestors, the wild dogs, foxes, and wolves. Now, let's consider for a few moments what we've found out about predators. We've learned that predators are animals that kill and eat other animals for food. We learned that predators are important because they help keep nature in balance, and they sometimes help us by killing the animals that are harmful to us. We learned that the balance of nature is the balance between animals and their natural food supply. And we also learned that the best way to help keep nature in balance is usually to leave nature alone. Now, after all the predators you've met, which do you think is the greatest predator of all? No, it's not the dog. It's you. Human beings are predators too, perhaps the greatest predators of all. What else did you learn about predators today?